Unite Enquiry raises some fundamental issues. The Blacklist Support Group has campaigned for decades for justice for those building workers who were blacklisted from the industry many years ago. Today, an inquiry begins to investigate the collusion between past trade union officials and the employers' blacklisting organisations. It was initiated by the Unite Union, which organises most building workers today. When Unite first announced the inquiry, the Blacklist Support Group issued a statement saying they have known for over a decade that some blacklist files recorded the names of senior union officials as the source of information that led us being denied employment. Previous General Secretaries even met with Norman Tebbit to discuss the activities of unions. We know for a fact, the support group said, that some union officials emailed information about union activists to industrial relations consultants and managers working for major contractors up to their necks in blacklisting. Unite announced that they have 2 heavyweight lawyers to investigate the case. The Unite press release continues. Unite is delighted to announce that Nick Randall QC and John Carl Townsend have been appointed to investigate the possible collusion by union officers in blacklisting. Over the past months, evidence gathering by Thompson's solicitors has continued, with many blacklisted construction workers and other witnesses having already been interviewed. Unite General Secretary Sharon Graham noted that the union is committed to uncovering the truth about allegations of union collusion with blacklisting. The workers affected and their families deserve to know the truth, and I hope that this QC-led independent inquiry will get to the bottom of what really happened. The Blacklist Support Group applauded the appointment of these 2 lawyers. It is clear indication that this investigation will not turn a blind eye to any evidence that exposes an unhealthy culture within Unite or its predecessor union. Let's hope that the Unite Enquiry gets to the bottom of these allegations and publishes the names of any union officials involved, particularly those in the predecessor unions that eventually amalgamated to Unite. There is more than a suspicion that top union officers collaborated in the past with anti-communist organisations, including some sponsored by state agencies like the CIA, and actively worked against their own members. All of this needs to be exposed by the Unite Enquiry. However, this raises more issues about union democracy and the accountability of officials. In many trade unions, Unite included, the only elected full-time officials are those at the very apex, the General Secretary. In many cases beneath the elected General Secretaries, there are these large bureaucracies consisting of full-time officers, none of who have been elected regionally or locally. Membership and workplace solidarity are key features that should be within the union. The remoteness of union officers from members is also reflected in their different attitudes towards the anti-trade union legislation that has been put in place by successive Tory governments. Threats of sequestration of union assets and falling foul of legal regulations pose a huge problem for any full-time union apparatus because it threatens their salaries, pensions and benefits. But to the membership, it poses a much different threat. They are more interested in the union's functions and organisational capacity being hamstrung. We would argue that a trade union is fundamentally its membership and its workplace solidarity that is not broken by any current laws. When that solidarity expresses itself on a large scale, say such as in 1972, when there was a spontaneous national walkout in support of 5 impoverished dockers, then the legal system itself had to give way. Then the Tories conjured up a little-known legal official, the official solicitor, to release the dockers. There is no legal power that will stand in the way of trade union solidarity, properly led. We should therefore support any step forward by a trade union or its leadership. But socialists need to broaden the discussion and not be limited by what is often a kind of narrow outlook of union leaders. We should fight through the available structures of the union, arguing a case for them to be completely responsive to members and fully democratic in their makeup. The principle of workplace representatives or shop stewards, where they are elected, subject to recall, and have the same pay as the members they represent, should apply right up to the top of the trade union, and lay members should always have the final say on policies and negotiations. There should never be a need for inquiries into secretive collaboration between union officers and employers, such as that started by Unite today. The primary function of trade unions is to represent their members, and they need to be honed and sharpened to do that just as effectively as possible. We demand that from Left Horizons, that all officers to be regularly elected, locally, regionally, or nationally, and subject to recall by members. all full-time officers to work under the direction of elected lay committees at regional and national level. All officers should be on a salary of an average skilled worker. Negotiating teams to have a majority of lay members from the industry or sector concerned. Simplify processes for sanctioning official industrial actions. The unions must fight for working people. They should not be part of the bureaucracy. These demands that we argue for within Left Horizon will hopefully bring about that real change.